we are live. Awesome. Wow, I haven't streamed in ages. So welcome to the live stream for anybody who's listening in. Today I'm going to just work on some converting a 2D NFT illustration into 3D. Firstly, today in this live stream, I'm going to be using some music from Chill Hop. They have like some great free copyright music that's been, all the artists are here, and it's like, oh, it's great. They have like a great playlist and everything. Definitely something to check out if you guys are into chill lo-fi hip-hop. But yeah, back to what we're doing today. We are going to be creating some a 2D NFT illustration into 3D. Let's see. Since I haven't live streamed in a while, I'm a bit rusty. And we're not doing animation today too. We're doing some more generalist modeling, texturing sort of deal in this whole series. But basically, I just want to create this 2D image into a 3D model. The good thing about sorry, I need to lower the music a bit. It's distracting my thinking. The good thing about doing this sort of 2D to 3D illustration is that it really practices your eye and your 3D skills. And on top of that, this really helps with if you're trying to get into the NFT space. This really gives you a good way to sort of segment in, because you're creating basically 3D fan art for an existing community, and it's a pretty cool experience. With me and Billy have been doing it for the past few months, and we've been receiving pretty good feedback. Especially Billy. Billy happened to get into a blue chip, almost blue chip NFT project, and he's got quite a heavy amount of followers now. So I'm still below 1,000, so I'll get there soon. But Billy started a bit earlier than me, and he's already at 2,270. And look at the stuff he's making. So I showed this in the podcast before, but this is really some pretty cool stuff that I definitely think it's worth checking out. But anyway, this is why I wanted to try this specific project is because firstly, I was trying to find a good simple illustration to do so it doesn't take too long, but also at the same time, I'm in this project, and I was like, oh, if I'm going to create fan art, might as well create something that I'm in right now, right? So this is a project called Crypto Mores. You can check them out, but all that NFT jargon we can just leave it for later. Let's go into creating this 2D into 3D, right? So right now, there's a few things that we're gonna have to look for, but today I'm gonna look out for. But today I'm gonna just do some simple blocking, see how it goes in Blender. I would usually use Maya, but I've sort of transitioned into Blender, and I want to keep doing that for at least the foreseeable future for now. But yeah, let's quickly get this going. Firstly, I'm gonna import a reference of the image, right? Just so I have something to refer to, so I'm not straying too far away. Then I'm gonna, so this is the image. Okay. Just setting up my scene right now. Cool. But maybe you guys have, if you guys have any other projects, you can feel free to work alongside me, because yeah, just chilling today. Definitely gonna have some mistakes. This is already getting messy. See, that's the thing. Like, I'm so used to Maya for certain things that it's actually pretty annoying. Like, sometimes when I switch between the two. You know what? Screw this. Restart. Sorry. Cool. There we go. All right. Now let's make a cube. Ooh. So right now I'm just trying to place the camera in a correct spot. Because this is a pretty flat image. I'm gonna change the focal length to something like pretty flat. Do you think 100? Maybe 80. Maybe 80 is good. And basically now I'm just trying to position the camera so that it's in the right perspective. Maybe something like that. Is it already good enough? Nah. Okay, let's move this back. Make it into square. Cool. Just trying to get the angle right. We're probably gonna be changing it throughout, but usually I always I can never make up my mind in this section. Cool. Let's not dwell too long on it. Let's go with that for now, and then we'll see what happens. So when I first look at this illustration, the first thing I'm gonna block out is definitely like the body, right? The clothes I can do a little bit, the clothes I can add on later. But one thing to notice about this illustration is that, there's bone. So technically I thought like the head is the skull, right? So that's bone material. But then when you look at the body, you can see that this is the bones, but there's like this layer of skin, which is a bit, which makes you think like, oh, how is that gonna work when I'm texturing? But regardless, it's kind of hard to see the full shape of the body because there's a shirt over it on top of that. So I was thinking, we need to grab another reference in where we can see more of the body and just see everything. So then we can model it, and then afterwards we can add that shirt on. So then it'll make it a bit easier. Yeah, so maybe we can choose this one. This is kind of cute. Let's save it into our rough folder. Cool. So temporarily, let's go. Let's switch it up. Switch it to this guy. And then later on, we can switch back. But their head proportions are going to be the same in the body. So that's what we're focusing on, just the body proportions for now. But yeah, let's quickly go in and start blocking it out, I guess. Ooh, one more thing. Kind of want to lower the camera just a little bit. Maybe something like that would be good. Cool. So I'm going to subdivide this so that it becomes a sphere. So I think this is a common practice in the industry, because you don't want to start off with an actual 3D sphere, only because there's these let's see, let me quickly show you guys. There's this little pin that's like all triangles at the top. That's not really good for your 3D model. So that's why you sort of have a cube. That's why you have a cube, and then you sort of subdivide it, and it sort of smooths out into a sphere, because then everything has four sides, so it's a quad. 4 corners, sorry. So it's a quad, and that makes it a lot easier to sculpt. But just a little fun fact. Delete this, and now let's. Okay. Let's quickly block it out. See how it feels. Block up some basic shapes. I already know it's not gonna look great in the beginning, but that's part of it. The head needs to be a bit bigger. See, I'm just like constantly tweaking the camera as well. Go in. And sometimes I like using the sculpt tools. Whoops, make sure you turn on mirror. Just to get the rough shapes, instead of moving the vertices by themselves, because it takes a lot longer. And right now is a good time to just move around stuff, because there's not that many polygons. So moving stuff, like if you move it, it's a great way to move it broadly right now. That's what you want to do. Alt Q, then it switches to another object. Something like that. I know we're converting this from 2D to 3D, but I still want it to work in 3D as well. In case, like, you know, if I ever decide to rig it and animate it, then it allows me to do that. So I don't want to be cheating too much. At least that's sort of my thinking and my philosophy when I go into these NFT arts. Oh, my stream is lagging. Thanks for that. Let me quickly check. Let's see. Oh, it seems like it's pretty healthy in terms of the stream. Is it still lagging for anybody who's watching? Should be better now. Cool. Also, let's start making the arms. Kind of want to do the same thing. Cube, let's subdivide it. Apply. I am actually gonna keep it out like this because I'm gonna sculpt it most likely, more than likely. Do a little bit of sculpting. So if I do that, if I keep the arms down like this, when I turn it into a sculptable object, it's gonna mesh everything together, and it's gonna like basically, it's gonna join these, like the arm and the body together, and that makes it very hard later for me to separate that. So I'm gonna keep it pretty much like separate. Or at least like in a sort of like a T pose like that. So these parts don't, so the elbow doesn't connect to the chest basically. Maybe something like that. Okay. Tweak the camera again. Let's see. Something like that. That feels a bit better. Cool. All right. Let's go back into it. Go back into our sculpt. At the actually go to the head. Funny enough, I actually never made a skull before, so this is pretty. Oh no! Don't know why my mirror was turned off. That's annoying. There we go. A lot better. Awesome. So why I push this up is because the spherical part sort of stops here, and then this is the extra parts that stick out, right, in a skull. So, cool. Alright. Let me see, should I add these? Or sculpt it? Maybe I can add it. Yeah. Maybe I add it now. Let's make this flatter first. So it resembles a skull even more. So that. Okay. So let's see. I guess it doesn't really matter too much. What kind of shape resembles that the most? Cylinder. Cylinder. Let's tweak it. Scale it. Making it more complicated for myself. Sometimes it just happens. Yep, definitely made it more of a tedious process. Cool. That's better.
Don't cry.
Fix all the subtlety later. So far, this is what we have. We're going to be joining all of it together. So, I guess it doesn't matter too much. join them together. So mirror it. Let's see. Objects at origin. There we go. Same thing. Let's mirror to the other side. And then this is pretty much a rough block. A very rough block. Pretty much just laying it out, you know? Cool. Let's see. I also want to So later we need to think about whether to make this whole skull hollow in the inside. Because this is our original artwork. We're just using this one as, if you guys remember, I said we're using this one as like more like just to get the body, to make sure that the body's correct, because our original artwork that we're trying to do is this. With all the clothes, and it's like hiding a lot of stuff, right? So we kind of want a good representation of the body. So yeah, I'm wondering whether we should make it hollow, because you see the brain and all that stuff as well. Let's see. Something to think about. But anyways, we need to move back to this reference now, because now we got the general shape. We have to sort of add that skull in, that fractured part. So let's quickly go in and do that. Now I'm gonna hide all this for now. And really focus on the skull now. Cool. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna hollow it out. Yeah, thinking. Cool. Okay, this is what I'm gonna do. This is going to be the neck hole. Delete that. And then it's going to have a punctured head, so let's see how this will look. Before I do all this crazy stuff, save. So I can always go back to it if it doesn't work out. Go like this, and then do one more. Go into sculpt and move it. Except now I need to turn off. We're already breaking symmetry. So let's see how we do this. Yeah. I think I need manually move it. that. I don't like that. Don't like this at all. Let's see, to get that fracture. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna do this. See how it turns out. I'm gonna just do that first. I guess it should go down all the way here. Cool. Let's go down further then. Brain's gonna sit there. Okay, you know what? Like that. By the way, if you guys have your own projects, feel free, please work on them. This is great. If you can apply any of what you see into your work, that would be awesome. So usually, I do 3D animation. And being able to start doing some journalist stuff again because of this whole NFT wave has been very rewarding. Because as an artist, I really do believe that, you want to you don't want to be, when you get into the industry, they tell you to be focus on one sort of profession or one department or one skill to master. And there's value in that. But at the same time, if you're an artist and if you're heavily reliant on other departments to help you, so for example, if you want to create a 3D model, if you're a 3D animator and you want to create a 3D animation, you would need a model and a rig, right? And it's almost like, if you can't do it yourself, then you're so tied down to other people helping you, and then you can't really truly really express yourself with art. And that's why I've always found it really important to practice all sort of all departments of, being a generalist. I personally believe that. I know not everybody does, but it's just my 2 cents. Let's see. So that's one thing really good about this NFT wave right now. It really allows you to sort of branch out a bit and learn some new skills. Cool. So I'm gonna have to retopologize this anyway, so I'm not gonna actually worry too much anymore. That's probably the best way to go. Keep it clean for now. So we need some thickness into the skull. Actually, we don't even need this part. Yeah, we don't even need this part. No, wait. Let's see. Make it so it's easier to see. No, that's definitely not easier. Cool, sort of wraps around. It's more like this. So I mean, the brain's gonna cover that, so it doesn't really matter too much. Maybe I can lower this. Yeah, like that. I think that'll be good. Cool. And then awesome. Really rough block. Let's see. Let's make it interesting. Let's solidify it. So this gives it a little bit of thickness. Not sure if you guys saw that. Gives it a little bit of thickness, and then let's subdivide it. Not great. Still workable. Surprisingly, I feel like I can just, might not even need to sculpt it. To join these parts together. Let's save it. I do like a good sculpting sesh though. Let's see. Lower this part. Like that. Cool. Awesome. So maybe I won't sculpt and then just extrude. Yeah, maybe I can just extrude. Yeah, I'll just extrude these like teeth sort of things outside from this model. Then if we don't need a sculpt, that might not be a bad thing. Oh, construction. Cool, let's see. Let me check the stream. Is there any, is it still lagging? Doesn't seem to be. Let's see. Oh. Awesome. Let's see. Okay. Yes, that's what I'll do. Really can't decide. Oh god, I hate this decision. Okay, let's do it. Let's sculpt. Screw it. But before I do, I kind of want to do one more thing. Let's apply all these. Oh, save. Apply. cool as we go on. Let's see. Do these roughly since we're gonna sculpt. Awesome. We're gonna fix that in the sculpt, I think. I think it's a good time to sculpt. Almost, actually. Because I'm thinking about putting the nose in as well. Yeah, maybe I'll cut the nose out first and then I'll go in and sculpt. Let's see. Whoopsies. Let's go into edit mode. Basically do the same thing as we did with the crack in the skull. Oof, it's a bit off center now. That's okay. Sculpting will fix it. Let's just delete this. Actually, no. I'm not going to delete this yet. Oh no. We are. Extrude it in. Because I screwed up with the solidify. Let's see, how can we fix this? Oh god, this is stupid. I get an idea. Maybe this will work. Let's see. Let's see whether this will work. Actually never used it in a Boolean before in what you call it? Blender. Ah. Let's just do a very simple nose. do for the nose for now. We'll go into making it more refined when we get into sculpting. Okay. So let's see. Where's the Boolean? There we go. Quickly look at how to use it in. Let's see. Oops. Let's see what happens. Awesome. Cool. Okay. There we go. Right now I see a few problems. After subdividing, it's not symmetrical anymore, which is, let's see if it's gonna, I don't think it's gonna be a problem necessarily, hopefully. Because we're going to sculpt, but we really have to see. Okay, let's sculpt it. I always hate this process. Yep. It's not gonna work. We'll see, we'll see. So now I'm just going to smooth out everything. I don't like it that high, the smooth. Oh, whoopsies. Okay, there we go. So the mirror doesn't really work here since it's already far from being, like with that big hole, it can't be really mirrored anymore. Right, so actually, increase the strength. So let's just smooth everything. the shake back. Try to get the rough nose shape now. Here, let's see if the mirror works. Yes, it does. Hey, way too big. Cool. Cool. All right, this is going to be the interesting part. Not gonna lie, sometimes I think whether I pushed it in the wrong way this time. But we'll see what happens. Quickly. Yeah. I think I might have approached it the wrong way. Doesn't look good, and sometimes it just happens. Screw it. We'll save this. Unfortunately, waste of 15 minutes. Go back to block 2. See how we can approach it from here. Great. Let's see how we can approach it from a different standpoint now. Let's see. Okay.
Keep music videos going while you text and watch uninterrupted. Try YouTube Premium on
Nice. Some ads. Okay. So as we reevaluate, let's go to multi-res. Let's see what can we do here. Okay, now look at this. needs to happen, I think, is to add a few more spans on the other side to even it out. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I need 3 more. Just make it even. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. Let's add one here. So this is going to be 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So one more. Here. Yeah. So that should make it more even. Let's make it more spherical. Back in the midline, I think. Sort of. Okay, we can work with that. You know what? I'm gonna... Okay, I'm gonna subdivide. Cursor. Oops. Boom. All right. Ooh, what happened here? this, overwrite that other sculpt file because it's terrible. And then now we have some of the building blocks in an hour, which is not bad. No, actually, it's not that great. We've been pretty slow. I kept on going back and forth. So, as we move along, let's see. Add something that represents the brain. Just a simple sphere would do for now. Yeah, let's do that. Oops. Oops. Like that. How's that look? Cool. Now we're heading somewhere. Cool. Now, let's see. Do we have enough? Ooh. Yeah, now we have enough faces to cut out the nose. Yeah, I think we can do that. Let's see if we can cut it out from this angle. Yeah, maybe we can go. Maybe we need 2 more strands here. Span, sorry. Here. And here. So like that. Honestly, I need even more. Huh. Just trying to figure out the best way to do it. Because I don't like adding too many spans. Let's see. Maybe I can do a boolean again. Just stick it right in. But nah, let's do this. Yeah, let's do that. And then we'll shape it. Roughly. And see where we get. Since we broke the symmetry already, it doesn't matter anymore. Well, not too much anyway. Maybe we can go. Something like that. Hee. There we go. Cool. Quickly. Head looks a bit wonky here. Stuff away. Oops. Look at the model from all sides. Cool. Yeah, might not need to really sculpt. This is great. Now I need to figure out a way to add the teeth, right? So before we extruded it, so maybe I have to go back to that and do it that way as well. Again. But let's see. save this. And apply to base. Cool. Oh shit. Whoops, I shouldn't swear. Hey Dylan. No, this is not my dead fellow. This is Crypto Mori. So they've minted like a while back already. So for anybody who's interested, you can go find them here in OpenSea. All right. So right now I'm just doing, so I personally have one of the Crypto Moris, and this is mine. And I always like wanted to do a 3D version of this for a while now, right? So this is a good chance for me to sort of, I guess, model, like practice my 3D generalist skills, and also, you know, create something for the community. And I've done this for other communities as well as my my partner in crime, Billy, like on this channel. He's done some for his projects. So you guys want to check out his page, it's here. Check it out. He's done like Alien Friends, which is like, these are awesome, right? And yeah, he's done quite a few, and I've done a few as well. But yeah, and this is his Cosmic Cats, so it's pretty cool. Yeah, again, I'm not doing the whole collection. I am just doing my PFP and then releasing it on Twitter, and that's pretty much it. Yeah, if you guys have any questions about that stuff, please, yeah, feel free to type in the chat, and I'll try to answer it as much as I can. So cool, yeah. Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, turned off slow mode. But yeah, yeah, thanks, dude. I was like, that turned out better than I thought, to be honest. A lot better than I thought. And it was a lot, I think it was a lot, yeah, I don't know why it went like so smoothly for like the first time. Usually when I'm like, it never ever, there's never anything that goes to plan, but this one definitely, like, yeah, it just went like so smoothly. I was so surprised. And I mean, the hardest part about this one was to just basically model the head, right? And even that went pretty well. For the multi-res, I realized that, so I still usually use the sub, the winner hasn't been, the winner has been announced. Someone else got it, and they got like this 3080 graphics card, which is pretty cool. I wish I got it, to be honest. Not gonna lie. But yeah, for the multi-res, so usually I still use the subdivision surface, but the good thing about multi-res is that it's sort of like in ZBrush, when you start off with your base model, and then you can almost like subdivide, and then you sculpt on each layer, and then let's say you do like some drastic change, right? Let's see. Oops. Let's go. I'm gonna save first, just in case. So this is like the third layer, and then let's say I'm adding like pretty drastic changes. Ooh. You can apply this to your base, and then it's sort of, this basically goes back all the way down, like if you unsubdivide. Oh Jesus! If you go back down, now your base layer has the modifications. So it's pretty like, yeah, I find it pretty useful sometimes when I'm like going back and forth, because yeah, it's just like, it feels like it's working more like in Photoshop layers where you're just like sculpting more and adding more information in without having to always, you know, switch back to the base layer. I mean, that's how I view, like, how I viewed it. But yeah. Yeah, it's rigged. Whoa. Okay, now I need to delete this. I think I screwed it up. But let's subdivide. Yeah. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff I still haven't used that's like pretty like, yeah, there's so many, like so many to go through. But yeah, okay, I guess we'll keep going. Let's see. So where are we so far? So the teeth, I'm still wondering like how I should approach the teeth. Whether I should sculpt it or... Thanks, Dylan. All right, have a good one, man. Definitely need to catch up for beers over Zoom. Let's see. Maybe do that. I wonder if I can spherize this. That does not smooth it. Oh yeah, sort of does. You know what? Let's do that. Let's try the smooth modifier. tooth. How do we feel about this? Okay. Don't need to delete it just yet. Let's see. The next set of teeth. Maybe up to here, then here. Yeah, here's good. Cool. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Awesome. Getting there. Slowly. Cool. We are getting there. So next set of teeth. It's around here. Okay. I don't like this gap in the middle. So maybe I'll just include it anyway. Maybe I can do this. Yep. Something like that. Oopsies. Cool. Okay, here, just make it more round. cool. Let's see how it looks. Awesome, it's getting there. Okay. So let's see. Let's round. So the last thing we'll do before we head out for this sesh is to maybe spherize the teeth, like do a little bit of sculpting on the teeth. So turn this off. Maybe it's just like smoothing it out is what we need to do. Okay, cool. Just using the grab tool, sort of making things a little bit prettier instead of looking a little like little knobs. Let's do this one first. So So right now I'm trying to make this one a little bit bigger. If you look at the reference, you can tell it's slightly bigger than the other ones, or at least this angle anyway. So let's see how it looks. Feels like everything's pretty. It's going in a diagonal line like this. So let's even it out a bit. Even if it doesn't follow the reference 1-to-1, that's okay. Remember, we might animate this, so then if we do that, then we're gonna see everything in every angle, so as long as it works. And with that, okay. Kind of want to make it more soft in terms of just less squarey. How should we do this? Let's sculpt a bit. Ooh. Actually, no, let's use this standard brush. sometimes it's almost like you have to break it all the way down and then sculpt it all the way back up to get the desired shape. Cool. That's better. Maybe now it's a little bit too pointy. So maybe we can go in, use an inflate brush maybe. See how that will look. It's really just a lot of playing around, having fun, doing this stuff. Or else why are we doing this? I guess sometimes when you like get into like a professional work environment, you almost forget that you are doing this because, well, why you started this is because it's super fun. And you sort of lose that sometimes in a studio because you're working either crazy hours or crazy clients with, you know, of course they want to make the movie as best as they can, but coming with that and minimizing costs, right? So innately, it becomes very a stressful environment, especially towards the end of a movie. But that comes with it. And that's partially why I'm stopping for a while, just because, you know, I just kind of want to, you know, find sort of my passion for movies again. Because sometimes you can lose it. I didn't like completely lose it, don't get me wrong. But right now, for sure, I'm having a lot more fun doing these little side projects for, you know, for myself and for, like, you know, and with Billy. Because it's like, it feels like you get to work on your personal projects and you don't really, and you're in full control, right? You don't get that in a studio environment. You do what your boss tells you, your director tells you, and because you're trying to satisfy their vision, and it's just what it is. It's not right or wrong. It's just is. And you know, some people like that. Some people like to just work on movies, and that's totally cool. And that, you know, I love that side too. It's just that right now, in this specific moment in time, I'm having a lot more joy doing this stuff than working at a studio. Because how can you, like, you don't get a chance to create like these like little cutesy little characters, you know. Cool. Yeah, I think this is where I'll stop the stream here for today. Oh man, I mean, I definitely see more problems. Like, as in maybe I should shift this whole section. Oh, this whole section, like, rotate down so it's not like sort of like octopus tentacles. But we'll see. I think right now it's okay. But yeah, I'm gonna end the stream here today. We blocked out the head and the major parts of the body. Pretty happy with where we are so far. We definitely took our time. This was like an hour and a half, I believe, of us talking and sculpting and, well, modeling, basic modeling, and shifting things around. So we'll keep going on with this for the next few weeks. And, you know, it's definitely going to be more refined and more, you know, the quality is going to go up eventually. So, yeah, until next time. Peace, guys.